जय विष्णुपाद परस्पर जिकाचार्य स्तोत्र से सभी चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परस्पर जिकाचार्य स्तोत्र से श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सम लॉर्ड श्री कृष्ण, all glories to some Lord Hare Krishna, all glories, all glories, all glories, Shri Guru and Shri Gaura Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदाल सगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभान सुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते कृपात उपदेश करोदनतारण परमानंदमानं सच्चिदानन्दीश्वरम्। 3:24:40. Yeah. मात्र आध्यात्मिकं विद्यम् मात्र आध्यात्मिकं विद्यम् समानिं सर्वकर्मणाम् वितरिष्ये यया च सौ भयं चाति तरिष्यति मात्र आध्यात्मिकं विद्यम् समानिं सर्वकर्मणां वितरिष्ये यया च सौ भयं चाति तरिष्यति।
मात्राध्यात्मिकीं विद्यां समानीं सर्वकर्मणां मात्र आध्यात्मिकीं विद्यां सर्वकर्मणां तरिष्ये यया चासौ वयं चापि तरिष्यति
मात्र मात्र आध्यात्मिकीं विद्यां विदरिष्ये यया चासौ चापि तरिष्यति
Matre, to my mother. Adhyatmikim, which opens the door of spiritual life. Vidyam, knowledge. Samanim, ending. Sarvakarmanam, all fruitive activities. Vitarishye, I shall give. Yaya, by which. Cha, also. Asau, she. Bhayam, fear. Cha, also. Aditarishyati, will overcome. Translation: I shall also describe this sublime knowledge, which is the door to spiritual life, to my mother, so that she also can attain perfection and self-realization, ending all reactions to fruitive activities. Thus, she also will be freed from all material fear. Purport by historian Prabhu. Kardamani was anxious about his good wife Devahuti while leaving home, and so the worthy son promised that not only would Kardamani be freed from material entanglement, but Devahuti would also be freed by receiving instruction from her son. A very good example is set here. The husband goes away, taking the sannyas order for self-realization, but his representative, the son, who is equally educated, remains at home to deliver the mother. A sannyasi is not supposed to take his wife with him. At Vanaprastha stage of retired life, or the stage midway between householder life and renounced life, one may keep his wife as an assistant without sex relations. But in the sannyas order of life, one cannot keep his wife with him. Otherwise, a person like Kardamani could have kept his wife with him, and there would have been no hindrance to his prosecution of self-realization. Kardamani followed the Vedic injunction that no one in the sannyas life can have any kind of relationship with women. But what is the position of a woman who is left by her husband? She is entrusted to the son, and the son promises that he will deliver his mother from entanglement. A woman is not supposed to take sannyas. So-called spiritual societies concocted in modern times give sannyas even to women. Although there is no sanction in the Vedic literature for a woman's accepting sannyas. Otherwise, if it were sanctioned, Kardamani could have taken his wife and given her sannyas. The woman must remain at home. She has only 3 stages of life: dependency on the father in the childhood, dependency on the husband in youth, and in old age, dependency on the grown-up son, such as Kapila. In old age, the progress of the woman depends on the grown-up son. The ideal son, Kapila Muni, is assuring his father of the deliverance of his mother so that his father may go peacefully without anxiety for his good wife. So many instructions. I neither have qualification nor have any realization. So I seek blessings of everyone. Hare Krishna. So can everyone online hear?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So Kardamani, actually, to live is the need of the body. To love and be loved is the need of mind and senses. But to leave the legacy is a spiritual need. So to live is the physical need. to live, Lord Shiva tells Parvati, Sarira madhyankala dharma sadhanam. Why are you abusing your body, doing a lot of tapasya? Body is a vehicle by which you can pursue, you can attain success in the spiritual life. You should not abuse it, because you're not even taking care of it. We are not ready for the cold in winters or hot summers. Anyway, so body is a vehicle which it has to be protected as much as possible, because body is a vehicle for self-realization. So, but to love and be loved is an emotional need. That's why many people, they establish families. Excuse me. I got a little cold. Nothing other than that, I don't have any fever. But to leave the legacy is a spiritual need. What is that? To leave the legacy is a spiritual need. It's very important. What is it? Candle, I have it wrong. So what is that? In Vedic culture, parents would send the children to do tapasya for some years. Recently, Vaisesha Prabhu gave initiation last year actually. And he told that person, you do full time for 1 year. Then after that, you can decide whatever you want. Just only 1 year. He did not have any strings attached to it. He said, just do only 1 year. Then you can, because you get training. In Christian tradition also, they do that actually. Then they get training. Without training, either the husband will treat the wife as a henpeck. He'll try to fully control her, using her as a sense object, pursue his desires, physical desires, or he'll become henpecked husband. Both are wrong. Either he'll become henpecked husband, or he'll try to control her, using her as the object of sense enjoyment. I know how many of you know the first democracy in the world is London, Britain. 1104, they signed Magna Carta, and they changed their system from monarchy to democracy. But do you all know, until India got independence, the women in London don't have voting right. Do you know this? Women have no soul. They are meant for sense enjoyment. That's it. They should be confined to kitchen and bedrooms. That's it. Then they revolted. Then after India got independence, first time women in London got voting rights. So when hypocrisy creeps into religion, it can go to any extent. America, freedom. You can buy a black, you can Afro-American, you can sell him. You can whatever you want to do, you can do, because Afro-Americans don't have soul. Only whites have soul. Who are doing this? Churchgoers. You can do whatever you want to do. You can even kill him, no problem. Until I think Lincoln has abolished it. India. Where is it written? Untouchable. What is untouchable? Nowhere in the Bhagavad. The best verse of Gita is a self-realized soul sees a dog eater, a dog eater, and a sage elephant with equal vision. It doesn't mean they're equal, but what is equal vision? Behind them is soul. But probably in at least 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th centuries for sure. The lower caste were not allowed to enter the temple. Today, India is paying heavy price for that actually. So anyway, but here, that's why Saraswati Thakur said, even all the books are gone. One book is there. Some people say Chaitanya Charitamrita, some people say Bhagavatam, but I heard Bhagavatam. You can revive the civilization back. Kardamuni is self-realized. At home, his son is going to forest now. For what? His son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why not you stay home? You can be with your wife and son. Best from both the worlds. Actually, I want to go to forest. But, forest, I am going just to worship my son. Why not I do it at here? And also I can take care of my... This is an exception, no doubt. But why exception? Because I gave birth to my son, who is God, who is Krishna himself. That's why I'm staying with my wife. Otherwise, no, I have no interest. He didn't give any excuse. He is walking out. A person like Kardamuni was anxious for his wife. Why? She rendered a lot of service to him. Kya hoga? What will happen to her? Kapil Muni's son understood Krishna's knowledge incarnation. He said, Father, don't worry. I'll take care of her. So, at least son stayed. But Lord Chaitanya, that was not there. So Prabhupada is writing here, women cannot take sannyas. There is no sannyas for women. Because of the bodily structure, they need protection. Initially, they should be protected by the father, then later by husband, and end of the life by children. So today actually, that is a Vedic injection. But for a higher principle, lower principle can be given up. So first of all, Lord Chaitanya, a son has to take care of the mother. But for higher principle, lower principle can be given up. When he took sannyas, his wife was only 14-year-old. His mother had no other support. And preaching was going on very well. Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, everyone was preaching very well. But why Lord Chaitanya took sannyas? Only one reason. One day, he was in, like for example, during the performance of Nityananda Prabhu's Vyasa Puja, Lord Chaitanya exhibited the form of Balramji. So Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya is, I mentioned very clearly many times, I wish and hope all the people who come to Sunday Feast can understand this. Because I just gave a class in the West Coast on Rudrasana prayers. There I said, Maharaj Chitraketu attended so many Bhagavad classes. but he never listened on Bhagavatam class. Why? Listening means listening with an intent to change. Otherwise, you are not listening. Listening with an intent to change. Otherwise, it will be a text for your next class. That's it. If you're a preacher. If you're a preacher, hey, this point is nice, very good. A point is very good. I can speak. So you're not trying to imbibe that, but you're trying to use it for your preaching. Then it will not sing, it will only touch the mind. It will not touch the soul. But a person who comes to the class, let me change today. Maybe, today is my last class. A person who comes to the class with an intent to change, that person is listening. Yesterday, Rampaswami Maharaj made a nice statement. You are worshipping. What is bhakti? With your senses, you are trying to worship master of senses. But very interestingly, is beyond your senses. But your mind is controlling, he's pulling the strings, but you cannot see him. This entire bhakti process is to eventually see him and render service directly to him. But right now, we cannot see him. You're putting garland, So you are thinking you're putting, but nobody knows whether you're putting or not. He knows. So this entire process to one day this curtain is removed and you put the garland, do service. So for that we need to change. What is that? What is the layer that is covering our eyes? Desire to enjoyment of Krishna. And because of that, the impurities. Third one in the class today, the verse, fruitive activities. What is that? Why I'm telling this is, I want everyone to please hear. I enjoyed my neuronal life. You want a sweet? Yes. You want cookies? Yes. You want anything you want. If you are bored, you can go to snack bar. I have a position. Nobody would say no because saffron, it doesn't take money. Life, and I want to preach so many programs. So I thought life means this only. Wow. Like, Kardamanist, if he had stayed at home like that position, it was great. Now in this old age, why I did not do that day? Why I did not become serious that day? I mean, I never gave up 16 rounds. Now, 20 years later, I should have put a little more effort that time. I want others to learn from my experience. Everyone is listening? I'll give one more example. One day our Krishna Kumar who was doing this midnight kirtan. I told myself, I have 4 more rounds left. I'll finish these rounds by 10:30. Then, only once a year. What is wrong being awake? I know I get up very early, but still, even I can sacrifice. But my mind said, I think you're tired. I'm fully ready. What is that? So, but if I stay whole night, but then my rounds will be problem. What the conclusion is that day? I chanted 10:30, my rounds were done. I thought, let me do 2 more rounds, then I'll go down. After 2 rounds were done, I felt so tired and I slept. I didn't come down. The point I want to tell you is, when I retire, I'll increase my sadhana. When my children settle, I'll increase my sadhana. Or next year, when my green card comes, I'll increase my sadhana. Or after 2 months, I'll do that. When I join, it will never happen. Maya is so powerful. Journalism. So, Lord Chaitanya, that's why what he did. One day, he was telling, so that day, why I told Nityananda Prabhu, and he would be in different moods in different times. One day he was in the mood of gopis, his pure devotees. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. Prabhupada says a devotional form of Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So he was in that. So we went to Imlital actually. There is a place called Rangamahal near Imlital. So Radharani tells, I had a dream. I saw a person. He's in a golden form. I see him. He chants my name. Then I see him. He's Krishna. You. But when he when he chants my name, it's you. And when he chants Krishna's name, it's me. Who is that person? Krishna said, that is our, Yugal Rupa. That is our combination form of, that is our combination. I will come in the age of Kali Yuga. And with your mood. That's why my color will be golden that time. So when I meditate on Krishna, that time it's you. When I meditate on Radharani, that time it's me. I'm sorry. So Lord Chaitanya, that day he was in that gopi mood, gopi bhav. He's telling gopi, 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 gopi. One Brahman came and said, hey, chant Krishna's name, you'll get some benefit. Why are you chanting Gopi's name? Lord Chaitanya was so absorbed in that mood of gopis. He picked up a stick. He's saying, Krishna, you have cheated us. You left us. And he went for Madhura. You said he'll come back in 3 days. You did not come after 3 days. He started chasing. Then the Brahman, I couldn't understand. He went and told his friends and relatives. Nimai Pandit became crazy. He wanted to beat me. Beat me up. I told him, chant Krishna's name. Why are you chanting Gopi's name? Next time if he does, he thinks he's very arrogant. Next time if he does it, we'll all beat him up. Lord Chaitanya is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma, as Krishna himself. He said, wow. He told Nityananda Prabhu. In a very, what's that? And this Pipalikanda, is meant to cut the mucus, but instead it is increasing in mucus. I have come to this world to cut the shackles of everyone, but they are offending me, thinking me ordinary. They are increasing their shackles. The only way I can include them in my grace is by taking sannyas. Where in the world it is written, what is that? Sannyas krichamasat panishta sadhi parayana Vishnu Sahasranaam. Nobody took sannyas. Even Kapila Muni is a Muni, not sannyasi. Anyone knows Vishnu Sahasranaam? This line is there. Sannyas krichamasat panishta sadhi parayana. So, to include the blasphemers, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu woke up in the middle of the night, left his wife, left his mother, went to take sannyas. He jumped in the river Ganga and he swam across. He did not even look back. So when he was stepping out, his mother was actually sitting there crying. But he didn't look back. Why? He wanted to deliver not only the blasphemers of that time, blasphemers of the rest of the Kali Yuga. When India got independence, there were only 20% non-vegetarians, 80% vegetarians. 50 years after India's independence, today there are 80% non-vegetarians, only 20% vegetarians. India changed that much. Not that Lord Chaitanya came by accident. No. He chose to come to deliver all of us. You know? So, that is his sacrifice. And what is his wife's sacrifice? Why I'm telling this is, sometimes I meditate, I get a lot of inspiration. What is his wife's sacrifice? She was 14. What is very dear to us? Food. Because that will maintain us. She would chant Hare Krishna mantra. Every round, she would put one grain of rice. 90, 100 rounds, 100, this many rice. She would cook so many items. And at the time of leaving, Lord Chaitanya gave her a deity, Dhameshwara Mahaprabhu. She would cook so many items and offer it to him. But whatever the number of rounds she would do, she would cook that many, maybe handful. She would eat. She would go to Ganga without lifting her head. Mother Sachi would be in the front, and she would be behind. She would come back. After Sachi Mother passed away, her brother took care of her. But at the end of the life, she entered into the deity, Dhameshwara Mahaprabhu, she disappeared. So, it was a sacrifice. He sacrificed. Made her sacrifice. What? People, not in those days, but people in the future generations will take up Krishna consciousness, come back to Krishna. Hare Krishna. What is Nityananda Prabhu's sacrifice? Dhanam cha manam cha tatendriyani. By the age of 10, Lord Chaitanya wanted him to come out of the home. Nityananda Prabhu left. I was telling and Nityananda Prabhu parents, Manam would wear jewelry, nice clothes, and he would hang on with the lower castes. Because lower caste people wanted to see jewelry and nice clothes so that they'll become Krishna conscious. Bhakti Swami said, if children are willing to become Krishna conscious, I have no problem wearing diapers to preach to them. He said that. You know, he would wear different varieties of attires to attract different people. So that is a preacher. So Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya sacrificed his family life to bring people to Krishna consciousness. He made Nityananda Prabhu sacrifice his sannyas life to get into married life, only to preach to the those masses who are inaccessible to sannyasis. That's a bigger sacrifice, because if you take sannyas, if you're a sannyasi and give it up, then the solution is actually you have to commit suicide. But of course, he is Avadut. You know, there he is actually Nitya Balramji. So you would not consider public opinion. Lord Chaitanya wanted this from him, he sacrificed it. Willing to go through the turmoil of that, you know, that whole episode where Madhai broke his head. No problem. I wanted to become Krishna conscious. Sacrifice. What is Shiva's sacrifice? In the family life, everyone lost children. I read in Bhagavatam, it's there. Once children come, the affection between wife and husband, 50% goes to children actually. Shiva's Thakur son dies, and he's telling them, hey, if you guys cry loudly, I will tie a rock around my neck and jump in Ganga and I'll die. The Supreme Lord is dancing in the next room. I don't want anything to hamper his happiness, impede his happiness. You want to cry, cry silently. So he goes into the next room. Lord Chaitanya, Shiva, everything is all right. Haribol, my Lord, everything is all right. They start dancing. Can you do that? I have a question for all of you. Your son dies. Sometimes we use the words very loosely. I was in California. When children die, meet untimely death, parents can never recover actually. And Lord Chaitanya is telling, Srivas is telling, Lord Chaitanya said, Srivas, everything is all right. Oh my Lord, everything is your presence. Everything has to be all right. But after 6-7 hours, it's morning now. Lord Chaitanya says, Srivas, everything is all right. I'm feeling signs. I'm sensing something. Oh yes, my Lord, everything is all right. In your presence, everything is. Where can be? Where is inauspiciousness present in your presence? Everything is all right. Lord Chaitanya turns to all these devotees, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda. Is everything all right? I'm saying something different. No, my Lord. Everything is not all right. So for them, Lord Chaitanya sacrificed his life for the conditioned souls. They are sacrificing for his pleasure. Gadadhar Pandit had no family life. From beginning, a renunciate. Lord Chaitanya moved to Jagannath Puri. He also moved. But what was very dear to him, a person who is renunciate, devotional principles. He wanted to even renounce that. Lord Chaitanya was going to Vrindavan. Gadadhar Pandit wanted to go to Vrindavan with him. Lord Chaitanya said, no, don't come with me. You have taken Kshetra Sannyas. No, to hell with the Kshetra Sannyas. I want to come with you. No, should not do. Stay here. All right. Lord Chaitanya's order, you stay here, then all right, I'll stay. He is willing to even give up bhakti principles. So please, Lord Chaitanya, because he knows his heart. Advaita Acharya, Lord Chaitanya hated Mayavada. To prove himself, Lord Advaita Acharya was at least 52 years older than Lord Chaitanya. But to prove himself a servant of Lord Chaitanya, what Advaita Acharya did? He pretended himself to be a Mayavadi so that Lord Chaitanya would beat him, would punish him. Can you believe? That was a sacrifice. Mahavishnu acting like a Mayavadi. She is telling me, I'm impersonal, I have no form. It is self-annihilation. But he was doing that. That he was preaching actually. The point I'm telling this is, why I'm telling this is, everyone has to question this. What am I doing? It's very easy to jump up and down dancing. Very easy to jump up and down dance. But unless we go extra mile, we cannot give up our conditioning. Unless we go extra mile, we cannot give up conditioning. A grihastha has to give. Actually, I was listening to a lecture, a donation where he's hot. Vrindavan Prabhu one time he said, Krishna doesn't see what you are giving, but Krishna sees what you are keeping. A brahmachari has to work those things, do those things that he is not really willing to do because he is thinking it is very difficult. A person is comfortable to do those things, what mind tells him is in monomaya stage. And mind gives all the reasons why you should do it, why you should not do it. That's why a person who follows Shastra has to be very strict with his mind. Because mind says, no, you can sleep. No, you're tired. That time switch on the movie, you're not tired. That time you got a phone call, you're not tired. That time you want to chant 2 rounds, you're tired. Anyone has experience? That's Maya. What makes difference is knowledge. To penetrate over the layers of our impurities, it's not easy because we have tons of impurities that we have accumulated. I am honest with you, good karma is bad karma. That's my experience of this many years. If somebody has good karma, because we always bank on that, I have this quality, this. The more you bank on those qualities, the more and more it is difficult to penetrate those false ego, layers of false ego. So, what is that? This question everyone has to ask. My Guru Maharaj has said, Prabhupada sacrificed a lot. Panchatattva sacrificed a lot. Saraswati Thakur, 10 years he chanted 192 rounds. Yesterday we were celebrating his appearance day. He prayed for the people whom he would never see in future. Especially Westerners. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he would sleep only 2 hours. Between 7:38 he would sleep, 10 o'clock he would get up. Between 9:30 and 10. And he wrote 100 books for the people he would never see. Srila Prabhupada prayed for the people whom he would meet in future. So a person who cannot acknowledge the sacrifices of the parampara, cannot make so much progress. Yesterday, Divyatirtha Prabhu Maharaj answered. Divyatirtha Prabhu asked this question, complacency. Maharaj said, don't worry. We are always complacent. Sometimes more complacency, less complacency. But we are complacent. So the point is, yesterday night I was telling, how many of you think Radharani will tell Krishna, this Prabhu did a lot of service for me? Do you think like that? If you think Radharani will not tell, I have not done any tangible service, then do it. Jayananda Prabhu would every day, as some engineer from Ohio University, he would sell incense, bring money, and do the work. One Mataji told me, time is 4:57. 3 minutes, he should do Aarti now. It is finally 4:59. He would come running. Take, this car broke down, I had to repair, with all the oil in his hands. Can you do Aarti? He said, all right, I'll do it. But I'll come and do dressing. He would send all the people to airport to receive Prabhupada, and he would stay back so that others would enjoy his presence. Wow. When the prasad falls on the ground, he would lick it because this prasad. These old Prabhupada disciples, they say ISKCON changed a lot. Pure bhakti is gone. Sivaram Maharaj writes, 80s and 90s, excuse me. ISKCON commanded a lot of respect from people from all over the world, including Indians, because they never saw movies, no gossip, only pure devotional service. But Maharaj says today ISKCON changed. That pure devotional service is diluted, and that's why ISKCON is losing respect. So Gaurav Prabhu makes a statement. ISKCON today lives outside, 99%. We are like 2-3 people living in the temple. We can't make much difference. It's all you. who are living outside. We have no idea what happens in your homes. So if you really meditate, this is what Lord Chaitanya did for me. 1 week before Ayendra Prabhu left, that person told me that story. Person who was taking care of Ayendra Prabhu's room. Ayendra Prabhu, Radha Krishna came in his dream and they were talking to Narada Muni. Why is this person? He sings so very well. What is he doing here? This planet of death, Martya Loka. Nobody stays here permanently. What is he doing here? Narada Muni said, I agree with you. Because we are all Narada Muni disciples. He's a third guru in our lineage. Ayendra Prabhu shared this dream with others. Ayendra Prabhu says, if I am going back to God, it means anybody can go back to God. I am so fallen, he says. That is humility. Another dream is, Radharani comes and says, all these days you sang for Krishna. Now you come back and sing for me. That's somebody else said this. So my point is, what makes difference in our lives is knowledge. What makes difference in our life is realized knowledge, not theoretical knowledge. Everyone says you are not the body, you are a spirit soul. You are realized. Sambandha Jnana. Yes, I am spiritual part and parcel of Krishna, part and parcel of Lord Chaitanya. And there Lord Chaitanya made a lot of sacrifice. Srila Prabhupada made so much of sacrifice. Buckets and buckets of blood. Whether it is Bhakti Saraswati Thakur or Srila Prabhupada, they shed only to bring us to the moment. We don't have any desire to convert anybody. We don't have any political motives. We only one motive. We want everyone to go back to Godhead. Straight. If you have the drive, do something. Today, tomorrow will never come. For us to do that, acquire knowledge. Second thing is, we should give up lethargy and complacency. And never commit aparadha. We should listen. First of all, what is the qualification? What is it? Jnana vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshasya ashubhat. Knowledge. Realize knowledge. So, knowledge is very pure. Jnanam parama guhyam. So, we should understand. It's very important. We should have a qualification to hear that actually. You are sitting here means you have qualification. Then second one, we should hear attentively. Third one, hear with an attention, with an intent to change. Fourth one, understand. Very important, determination to apply. Otherwise, by 10 o'clock you forget 30%. You will retain only 10%. By 1 o'clock you forget everything. Only one person I know heard with an intent to change Srila Prabhupada. He heard. It life and soul. People are going, they are going to hellish regions. Let me try. Any question or comment? Yes.
The very wide-ranging talk today about it, but my question was about the reading for today. It was confusing to me in that obviously you know many religious women. Sannyasi is where people strike out to the woods and meditate and self-realize. Women are forbidden from doing that. But surely women have religious practices that are suited to them as well. Yes. I guess, forgive my ignorance.
No, please.
There must be, surely there's a role for women at the deepest level of spirituality.
Yes.
They have different role though. And I guess my question is, this Vedic injunction that was talked about in here, that is for all sanata, eternal, yes. And so women have a different role, and I guess my question is, forgive me, what is the other role? Like, what, women become nuns, or they must have some other role beyond like.
Okay, I mean, and I got your question. So,
Forgive me.
no, that's good. No, perfect. Basically, Indian tradition, women should be protected. Nuns are there in Catholic tradition. I agree. They can practice, but Vedic tradition is always, very clear on this aspect. Because of the bodily nature, women needs protection, so they should stay until marriage under the care of the father and acquire knowledge from him. Then later under the care of husband, and eventually under the care of a son. Stay at home and perform duties or whatever spiritual practice you can do. You go to one room and do sadhana there. You can do your spiritual practice there in that room. But women were not allowed to take renounced order like it is allowed in Christianity. Because women by nature, they are gullible, innocent. So anyone can say, they are also, their body structure doesn't support them to defend themselves physically. So for that reason, always they should be under care actually. One lady asked Jayadit Maharaj in India. This lady, she's an American, but she came to India. She said, no, I don't know whether she's American or Indian. She asked a question. No, she's Indian. She's asking, I see brahmacharini ashrams, means ashram for ladies. I see that in West. Why there is no such ashram in India?
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't know how you will take this answer, but do you know Jayadvaita Maharaj? Very strict sannyasi, actually, He said, he was very straight. He said, get a good husband and practice bhakti, that is easier rather than practicing it. I think even if women are very spiritual. That's why, in a spiritual program, you see more women than men actually. But still, because of this, the body nature, and they cannot defend themselves, they should practice devotion in the family atmosphere. Otherwise, outside there is a process. They are prone to abuse. For that reason, it is not allowed in Vedic tradition. But very interestingly, time, place, and circumstance, Srila Prabhupada allowed women to go on the altar.
Yes, you have a female
So many,
job, yes, many.
but not in India.
No.
You don't see women going on the altar. One reason is so many pujaris are there, so many priests are there to do that job. That's why you don't see that. But that women also, they have monthly problems, for that reason. But in the West, Srila Prabhupada is the first one to give them Brahmin initiation, and Prabhupada allowed them to go on the altar. So Prabhupada says, when you are in a conditioned stage, when we are on the bodily platform, one needs to be very careful, maintain that discrimination and discernment. But when you are liberated, men and women saved. No, because you are liberated, soul is soul. You cannot. So no, this is masculine soul in the masculine body. Masculine body, it's feminine. One time it is in masculine body, another time it is feminine body. But soul is a soul. So Prabhupada never discriminated. Prabhupada said one time he was giving class, he told all people in 2nd Avenue, New York, You all go and open temples. Rukmini, Mataji was 16. So even me. So why not? Once you are liberated, there is no difference between man or woman. You can also open the temple. Why not? You become temple president. London temple president is Vishwakarma now, even now, today. So, but still, Prabhupada, because wanted ladies to practice bhakti at home in a family setting. I hope it answered your question.
Yes, very much.
But I agree with you. There is Saint Franciscan tradition. In Christian tradition, there are nuns.
Yes.
They travel and preach also. But according to Vedic tradition, this is the thing. It's okay. Any other question?
So you mentioned about the sacrifice. I think last week Prabhupada also was mentioning about taking risk. And if you don't take risk, also it's a bigger risk. My question is like, we will take risk, but we cannot sustain. We keep coming down again. How do we maintain that consistency? And what we need?
My experience, not that you're alone. I'm also like that. With different areas, maybe the area you are facing risk is different from mine. When we are determined, you are raising your bar actually. Don't raise bar too much, but raise at least 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%. One is individual sadhana. Second is rendering service to the movement. Don't raise the bar too much that you cannot sustain, but little bit. Whatever little bit you raise, after some time for you it becomes natural. That is how you make progress. First day you lifted 5 kgs like this, you feel pain. But if you keep on doing it, a month later you can lift 20 kgs also. So it all depends on how you build your muscle. But here also it is like that. But even you lift, then you'll have problem. You have to apply all these different bombs and you have to go to doctor. You'll have sprain. So little bit. But one should retain the desire to make progress. If anybody looks in the heart, he or she knows very well what is your wrong. If you are not looking into the heart, that is your wrong. Actually, a person who doesn't look into the heart, he or she finds faults with others, criticizes others. But a person who looks in the heart, he or she will find fault with they'll find fault with themselves first. So our progress should not be external, progress should be internal as well. It's very important. Otherwise, you'll regret like me. I should not have made. And I should have made progress, a lot of progress.
The thing is when we look at secretaries and how they render service, that is more inspiration, despite the physical condition. No, that's the one thing I just. But for us, it's completely.
Again, ashrams, you are what you are. Yesterday, I told some, you do this. Finally, I said, actually, I'll tell you. Ever since Naina reached 64 rounds, I started pushing everyone. You do 32 rounds. One day, what he said, Prabhu, wait. Please listen to my schedule. He told me schedule. I said, stay there at 16. The schedule is so packed up. If you see all these gurus, they will never give this type of instructions. Why? We do not know, they do not know what problems people are facing. This is the minimum. This is always minimum, 16. Means there is a window. If they put pressure on you, nobody, I'm different from them. That's why they don't put pressure. Then I realized, no, this is wrong. So then I stopped. Because somebody finds interest in reading, somebody finds interest in chanting, somebody finds interest in doing service. So I should not take this. That is your problem, bro. That you are liking it, not others. So Ashrams are, you have to see that, what works for you may not work for others. What works for one ashram will not work for others. So you, as long as you compete with yourself or you compete with others with the intention to make progress, that's fine. Otherwise, you'll become competitive actually. It'll trigger envy if you're not careful. And the top, like Carlos, all these people, top sprinters, they compete with themselves. Okay, I clocked 10.7. Let me clock 10.5. So because ashram is different. The body also, in 30, you have one strength, in 40s, you have different strength, in 50s, you have different strength. Honestly speaking, you can compare only to get inspiration, not beyond that.
Not compared.
I'm just telling. So taking even, what is that? We can take inspiration. Like, I see, like, all these people, I said, the Mahotsaha, but going through a very statement. Okay, this Prabhu is making painting. I'll also start painting. No, that's not your thing. Or this Prabhu is a performer. He is playing harmonium day one. I cannot start now. But look at, find out where you are good at. Do that. Do that way. Do it in such a way Krishna is very happy. Throw the stone in such a way, you try 5-6 times. Krishna is happy with your endeavor. Result is up to Krishna. But we have to try our best. Why not? Rasikbu, we came to Mangalarti every day from Rochester Hills. What time we should get up? People were not inspired by Shyam Kishore Prabhu doing Aarti. People were inspired by Rasikbu because you're a Grostha, I'm Grostha. Somebody chanting 64 rounds in Brahmacharya, people are not inspired. Adhikata, their doctor is chanting 64 rounds. Wow, that is inspirational. Yes, sir. You're a doctor, you have kids. How you are able to chant 64? So you have to also, when you compare, when you take inspiration, you have to take inspiration properly. That's what I can add. Anyone wants to add anything? Come on.
Prabhu, I want to understand the role of when Mahaprabhu left, his wife was under the care of at that time. And then you see Jnana Mahaprabhu, who became a preacher. I just wanted to understand and then how to relate it to this verse and
Nice question. Thank you. My answer, that's what Lord Chaitanya wanted from her. That's what Nityananda wanted from Jahanamata. Yes, Jahanamata became Guru. You're right. Nice point. She didn't stay at home. In fact, after Goswamis, 6 Goswamis, she was the Guru, biggest. And Nastakar, Shyamananda, and Srinivas Acharya, all the great Gurus of the movement took shelter of her feet, and she would travel and deliver people, left and right. Like actually the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. She also delivered dacoits and all these bad elements of the society. Nice point. That's what the instruction they got from. She got that instruction she got from Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And here, Lord Chaitanya gave her a deity. Lord Chaitanya also took sannyas. So it's like, he was there. But then later, Lord Chaitanya left. When he left, even when he was there, she dedicated to the deity worship part of Bhakti, Bhajananande, but Jahanamata be Goshtana, preaching. Because that was the need of the hour. Everyone left, Nityananda left. So there was nobody, they need inspiration. She took it. But here, Lord Chaitanya was still there. The simple answer is that they acted based on the instructions from their husbands. That's what I can tell. Right? Anything else? Anyone wants to add anything?
Will it come under the same category of giving of the lower principle to higher principle?
That's it. Yeah, actually, bhakti is higher than varnashram. That's why every day we say on the altar, right? I'm not a brahmachari, I'm not a grihastha, I'm not vanaprastha, I'm not sannyasa, I'm actually a servant of servant. Yes. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That is the highest principle. Yeah. Thank you very much. And if I have spoken anything wrong, do excuse me as your servant. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. I'm ending the class now. Thank you.